Hi friends, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. On today's Sunday gear review powered by Big Tex, I want to talk about this Swampfox Rebel offset mount.
Firearms Legal Protection is who I trust to help me after a use of force incident. If you're a Firearms Legal Protection member, you can attend our monthly Active Self-Protection training seminars for free. Check out all they offer to their members at the link below.
Hey, we're at C2 Tactical today in Scottsdale. They've given me my own bay because thank you for YouTube celebrity privileges. You guys, I really appreciate that. They're fantastic partners too. If you're in the Phoenix area, come shoot here. Fantastic range. And of course, always thank you to Big Tex for their sponsorship, man. They take great care of us and they take great care of all their customers. I'm a customer. Promise you, ask Ian how many orders I put in on the Big Tex website. I'm not their power customer for sure, but I buy stuff there too. Now, not this particular thing. This particular thing was sent to me by Swampfox, okay? So mea culpa up front. Swampfox sent me this offset mount. They actually sent me the Justice Optic 2. I'll talk about that another day. But, so is this an unbiased review for them? Well, okay, so full disclosure, their former marketing guy, Swampfox Mike, you might go over to their YouTube channel, is a friend of mine. And Mike and his wife Tess are friends. They're great people. Mike's no longer with the company, so I actually don't have any contacts at Swampfox at all anymore, okay? So I don't have a connection to them, but you could consider that I was compensated for this with the product and I'm not sending it back to them. So pretty simple here. It's an offset mount that mounts to any Picatinny rail, any 1913 Picatinny. They send in the box the screw attachments here and the wrench to put this on. It's pretty simple and it fits basically any RMR footprint. So you could put their Justice or Liberty or I think one of their other optics, I don't know. You can put an RMR, SRO, Holosun, the 507 goes on here. Anything that fits an RMR footprint goes on here. I put theirs on here because they sent it to me as well, okay? And I'm just testing and I'm not depending my life on this at this point. I'm just testing things, okay? The other thing that I like is you notice this is sitting off to the left side because I am left-handed and it's ambidextrous, right? So it's held together on the top with two screws. Pop those screws out, turn the plate around, put them back on, and you can mount it on the correct side of the gun for those of us who are correct-handed. For those of you wrong-handed people, you can mount it to the right as well. Of course, I would change the position of things a little bit here if I was doing that, because if I did it on this side, it would be kind of hanging right here over the ejector port. And I don't think I would like that. I kind of like it as far away from me as I can, but if I was right-handed, I'd have to kind of pull it back here so that it's not getting in the way of that stuff. Not a problem for me as a lefty. It's hanging out over here. Of course, you want to put it on the upper receiver and not out here on the barrel extension because you want that optic to stay true to your point of aim, right? And out there on the upper, it just doesn't do that. So a couple things about it. One of the things that I really like is that you see here, okay, you're running your optic like regular, right? And now if something goes bad, okay, so something goes wrong with your optics here, and I know we can talk about this all days long. I don't see these go bad on the range very much. The EOTechs do, man. We have seen nothing but problem with EOTechs, but the Holosuns or the aim points, you know, they do great. But God forbid, you know, you always want to have a secondary sighting system and all these things. Okay, cool. You see a lot of people with these offsets. And so this one of the things that I like is when you offset 45 degrees like this, they have made it such that it is sitting on top of your barrel. I've seen some of these that are a little closer or a little bit not so offset. And then you get an offset from your barrel so that when you kick over to the side like that, the line of sight is a little bit off, which in close-in engagements, not really a big deal. Or I see guys running offset dots. They'll run a powered optic in competition. So they're running, you know, something with some serious magnification to get the long shots and two gun and those things. And then when they need close-up, they just switch over here to a dot and it works great for them. The thing that I like about this is now this particular one is still completely centered over the barrel. They have offset it just right, that at the angle where it is, you're getting still a completely vertical shot. So you get all of your zeroing is still there, which I kind of like. I mean, is that something that I feel like is going to come into play in real defensive gunfighting? Probably not, but it's still a nice feature to have, right? Now, cost on this guy, not bad, about 65 bucks. You buy it on Swampfox website, 65 bucks. You go on Amazon, it's like 63 bucks or something like that. So, but you get prime shipping or whatever, right? So I think that the cost is pretty good. I think it's light. This thing's under 2 ounces. And so if you're really trying to make a light rifle, you're trying to keep things at bay that's a little lighter than backup irons, and gives you a secondary sighting source for cheap. So that's not bad. Let's shoot it a few times, so then that way you can see it in action. All right, here we go. Just a few rounds here. Verify. Yes, indeed, we got that gun in there. So kind of all we're looking at here is again, I see it, there it is. Oh no, something went wrong. I can't see a dot or anything like that. Cool, switch, there it is, and now the optic is just right there. So one of the things that I really like here is it's a little lower. I think it's probably a 1.5 mount, but here it is. I go, uh-oh, I don't see a dot, whatever. I just switch here and my dot is exactly in the same place. So I just had to shift it over like that. Now, if you left it right-handed, that would be kind of weird for me as a lefty, because then what I'd have to do is come this way, and that's a big difference. So that's why you want it on that kind of outside. So if you wanted a backup sighting system that wasn't a set of iron sights, which makes sense to me in a modern world, I think this is one that maybe you ought to consider.